Did you know that the last 5 minutes of your FP&A interview could actually make or break your chances? Most candidates are laser focused on answering every FP&A interview question correctly. But then there is one part that they completely forget or overlook, the questions that they can ask the interviewer. And those last few minutes, that could be the decisive moments of the interview. Asking questions at the end of an interview isn't just being polite or filling up time. This is your chance to show that you have done your homework, that you are thinking beyond the offer, and that you have already started visualizing success in this role. So, in this video, I'll walk you through a simple framework called the STGR 4 question framework for ending interviews strongly, and the exact questions that can help you stand out, spot red flags, and decide whether this role truly is the right fit for you. So let us start with the most common mistake, not asking anything, or even worse, asking something like, okay, so what does your company do? That's a big red flag. That tells the interviewer that you haven't done your research. Now, here is what many candidates don't realize. When the interviewer flips and says, do you have any questions for us? That is not the end of the interview. It is actually a new beginning, a hidden test for you. They are watching. How do you think? How curious you are about the role? Whether you care about the success in the role or are just interested in getting the job. So let us start with S, which means success. One of the most important questions that you could ask is around how does the company or the FP&A team define success for that particular role? Because if you don't know what winning looks like for that particular role and organization, how can you even aim for it? One of my favorite questions to ask at the end of FP&A interview is, what does success look like in this role after 6 to 12 months? Let me repeat, how does success look like for you at the end of 6 to 12 months? That is a very good question. Why? Because it is showing that you are not just thinking about joining, you are also thinking about contribution. In FP&A roles, where success often means things like hitting the forecast accuracy, meeting tight reporting deadlines, or driving smarter business decisions. And when you ask this type of a question, you are getting insights that no job description can ever give you. If you want to even go deeper, try asking something on the lines of, how have others succeeded in this role before me? Their answer to this question will tell you a lot about internal growth, expectation, whether this company promotes from within or not. Next, in the STGR framework comes T, and T stands for teams. It is not just about the job role, it is also about the people behind it. Understanding the team dynamic tells you what your daily life will really look like. Here is something people often forget: numbers are people powered. The team you join can make or break your FP&A job experience. So you could ask questions like, can you tell me about the team I'll be working with? And then listen closely. Are they excited when they describe the team? Do they share examples of collaboration? Or just give generic answers like it's a regular finance team? Also, you could ask, how often does the team work on cross collaboration or cross functional project? In good FP&A teams, you will hear about working with sales, marketing, operations, supply chain. If you want bonus insights, ask, how does the team celebrate wins? It tells you how recognition works in that particular organization and whether success is a shared value or just another target. Next up in the STGR framework is G, which stands for growth. Now let's talk about your future. A great role means very little today if there is no path looking forward. So you need to ask about growth before getting into it. Don't just evaluate the job role depending on what it is offering today, but also evaluate the runway you get along with it. So you could ask questions like, what are the growth prospects here? How does the company support continuous development and learning? And you want to hear about things like internal promotion, mentorship, training budgets, support for learning and certifications, especially in fast changing areas like FP&A. And if they can give you examples like one of our analysts became a lead in 18 months, that's a very good sign. And if the answer feels vague, like, yeah, people come around and move sometimes, that could mean a warning sign. And finally, in the STGR framework comes R, which is spotting the red flags. The questions you can ask here can save you months from being in the wrong job. Here is what you don't want to hear: vague responses, no concrete examples, flat tone or hesitation when asked about team or growth. Those are signs that either the role isn't well defined or the company culture isn't as healthy as they claim. And always remember, asking smart questions isn't just for them to assess you. it is also for you to assess them, because interview is always a two-way street. Remember, the questions that you ask at the end of the interview can set you apart as a thoughtful and strategic finance professional. So here is your four question STGR cheat sheet. S. What does success look like in this role after 6 to 12 months? T. How does the team look like and how do they typically work together? G. What are the growth, development, and learning opportunities that exist here? And finally, R. What are the challenges that the team has faced recently? If you ask these four questions, you won't just leave the interview with a strong impression. You will also walk away knowing whether this role truly fits you and you should be taking it. If you are very serious about a career in FP&A, then do check out the CGFPA, Certified Global FP&A Professional Certification by FP&A Professionals Institute. I will share the links in the description below. So, which STGR question will you ask in your next FP&A interview? Drop it in the comments and I would love to know your pick. And do subscribe for more FP&A career content. Coming up in the next video, FP&A interview question number 28. Why do you want to work here? Most candidates get this question wrong with generic answers. I will show you how to stand out with a tailored framework, so don't miss that video. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video. Also, you can find a bunch of free resources on FP&A, including books, courses, and free templates on our website www.fpnaprofessionals.com. I'll put all the links in the description.